Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Has that light always been that bright up there? Um, let's just switch to this side. That's gonna be a little confusing for me, but how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Where are we at? Fialo, Dan, how you doing? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. MP, what's going on, little buddy? MP got into his house this weekend. I bet that was fun. Still hanging out in boxes and unpacking, that kind of stuff, I imagine. But I bet you and the wife and kids are all happy to be back in home. Dan, weekend went well, hung out with family, and went hunting for the V Friends comics newspaper. Yeah. Did you get some? I hope you got some. Yeah. Yeah, the fresh cut, I had to get that. I had to get that before the Nashville trip. It was getting a little messy. I dig it. It's eventful for sure. We got a ton done. Hey, what's up, Mr.
Good
Turner?
morning,
How you
guys.
doing?
I want to know more about this house. I've been seeing some great yard pics. You guys have been doing a good job, MP.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know
Incredibly
exactly
exciting.
what the reason for the remodel was, or if he had gotten a new house and then was putting some work into it. I don't remember hearing anything, but I just know a week or two ago he was saying that he's excited for move-in day and getting the floors done. And then he did send some. There were some videos or pictures of
Yeah,
of a pretty sweet looking living room with some gorgeous windows. We moved for extra square feet and a ton more yard. Okay, nice. Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome.
First the Eagles Super Bowl, and then a new house.
So
That's life.
he's just winning all around. That's
Yeah,
what happens with that. I was going to say that's what happens when you put in as much work at the gym as he does. You just win. You just crush it.
he does. He's really been killing it. He's been doing a great job. Uh, Dom, can I share some gratitude early
Yeah,
on?
of course, man. Sounds
I was
awesome.
feeling it. A little bit of spring weather is good. It's not like bitterly cold outside, but I was able to. I've had to push myself to like put on not my warm boots, but my running shoes, and get
Hmm.
outside, which is good. So it was a good reminder of the uh ability to just kind of get outside and kind of like take the nature. I actually forced myself to not go on a treadmill this morning, to definitely run outside. Still a little bit chilly, but it was good. But more importantly, my wife. It was I was solo parenting this weekend, and it was a
Oh,
good reminder that sometimes I think time away from each other can always make you feel appreciative for the other person, and appreciative for yourself, kind of show some where some strengths are, where some holes are. But it's always a good reminder, right?
yeah.
To kind of feel out where everyone's role is, within the family or something else. So it was nice to have her go spend some time with her friends down in Charleston, and then she came back. So it was good.
Nice. That's awesome. Good for you guys. Everything went well with the
Thanks, man.
kids? Solo parenting?
Yeah, it went. I think it went well. It was a. I think we're balancing a lot of the ideas of like kids needing to spend so much time with their friends, and kind of like where they are, especially developmentally, and where they need to have their friends in their life. And then where I think as a parent we kind of see how much time they're spending there versus back on themselves versus back at home. And you can't control it, right? But I know that I'm always thinking, I'm like, okay, I think with my oldest, I know that she's very dependent on her friends, versus like I
Mm-hmm.
would say, other kids that I think can spend a little time by themselves, which isn't a problem. It just is what it is, right? And so I'm seeing that, and I think I saw a lot of it this weekend, especially as I'm the one kind of looking at more of like the schedule for the day and seeing what's going on. And Lauren is the communicator. She's the community person, and so I had to step into that role somewhat, not at the same level, but it was it was good just to kind of get some different perspective, which again, it's like time away. You're pushed into some of these different roles and different from what you were doing. So definitely grateful to have that, that experience this past week.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you, man? What was good this weekend?
This weekend was just like I think I had mentioned, like it was a good chill weekend, no real plans. I mean, some stuff, but after 2 weekends away, it was good to not do anything. We had a basketball. Bailey's high school is in the CIF tournament right now, so they were having games every Saturday until they lose, and
Hmm.
it was a real nail biter on Saturday, but they did squeak out the victory. Um, so we went there, watched the game, watched Bailey cheer. So that was cool. She got to do actual like stunt and routine this time as opposed to the last game. She just kind of sat there and cheered. So
Hmm.
she was stoked to have more involvement in it. And then what else did we do?
What
Um,
is CIF? Is that California?
I don't know what it stands for. I'll have to look it up, but because I was never into that sports stuff in high school.
Okay, got it.
But it's like I'm guessing it's like their tournament of champions or something like that.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, but yeah, they play some of the really tough teams in the area, and it feels like every game we go into, Bailey's saying that they're not going to win, but her team's really good.
That's awesome. California Interscholastic Federation. Okay, it's a governing
Would
body
have
for high
never
school
guessed.
sports. It's a big state. It's a lot to manage,
Yeah, yeah, I think her team is, I don't know, number 6 or something in California. And this weekend we're playing the number 1 team. So she's like, we're definitely going to lose. And I'm like, you said that before. So I'm interested to see what happens.
Man, I am such an underdog uh, follower more than anything else, which has never really played out that well for me from a professional or any other sport standpoint. But it is fun to kind of watch the who they think they aren't going to win versus not going to be able to kind of
Morning.
take on the challenge to it. So,
Yeah.
good morning.
Morning, Jay.
Good morning, fellas. How's it going? What are we talking about? What are we drinking?
Sharing gratitude about the weekend. How was yours?
It was good. Started a little rough. Me and Kristen got in a thingy. Mostly resolved it. Talked through it. Then we had a 40. One of our longest friends had their 40th. We found a sweet secret speakeasy in the place we went. Had a Junie day, and I got a portrait commission.
Nice.
So it started off rough and then ended pretty good. Then we had like a neighbor circle outside because it was warm out yesterday, and now it's windy as F. And we had a pile of kids and animals in our room. So it was good. It was up. It was down and up, but we're doing good.
Congrats on the commission. What are you going to be painting?
Totally forgetting the breed. Black and white, longish hair, game of charades. What is it? Not a sheepdog. I don't know. I'm totally blanking on the breed of it right now.
Okay.
So,
well, I love that because I think that you get to focus on whatever picture they give you and the personality of the dog versus the breed itself, right? So you kind of have you don't have a premeditated.
I'm gonna remember the breed immediately after I get off with you guys. It's gonna come to my head.
Collie, border collie.
Just start another live and
Nailed
just
it.
say that word. Nice,
Ryan got it.
Nice.
Border collie.
All right. So we all had some decent weekends.
Yeah.
How about you guys in the chat? Anyone have a good weekend? Anyone have a bad weekend? Anyone have an interesting weekend?
Yeah,
So what did we read today?
we have some single parenting by David. The best days. Oh, it wasn't a single day parenting. It was a daughter, daddy, mom
I
date.
think he was talking about Ryan's single weekend of parenting, but he got Ryan and Jason confused. Maybe.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, not about me. Not the main character. Sorry.
Yeah, you know what, David? This is I missed that you did put in there. I have my best days single parenting, but you did say at J, so I wasn't sure if that was the case. Maybe it was at me. I'm not sure. But I think in my mind right now, I'm like, yeah, I think I do have my best days when I'm single parenting. Maybe it makes me feel more fulfilled. But there's a little bit of me of like, okay, well then don't lose that momentum, or don't lose that thought, or don't wait until the next time it kind of pops up. I'm kind of curious what it is. That's what I thought. So I was just thinking, how can I make sure that I'm bringing that into our current life, right? Not again waiting until my wife ends up leaving, so that I can I can feel good about myself again. So it's a good point. But that, you know what, it is not to bridge too hard. I want to make this feel forced, but I was walking around my apartment this morning reading today, instead of sitting down in one spot. I feel like I needed like a different environment, but it was good as a reminder to be like, because I think I've been feeling this way, especially when it becomes like we kind of fall into our usual roles about not so much like doing things wrong or messing up, but I think second guessing, like, am I doing this right? I don't know. And if no one read today, it was all about how, our kids really just need us in their life. And it used Barack Obama's speech. I forget where the speech was, but it was more about how, like, you know what, we're going to mess up. We're not going to be perfect. And I think that our kids might know that. But at the end of the day, despite them knowing it or feeling it, the most important thing that has to still happen is knowing that you are part of their life. It's a good reminder, right? This is usually where towards the end of the month, I'm always like, all right, are we played out from this one message? But it was definitely a good message and a good reminder still.
There was some flavors of December in it, talking about what happens, like what's going to be the last thought of you by your kids on the day that you're gone. So that was nice. And I was in my head, I was kind of getting the reading mixed up with yesterday's with Mr. Rogers. So it was all kind of a weird thought that it was all just kind of melded together. And there was a question on that. And the question was, I'm just going to mute myself right now. I'm not adding anything right now.
But you made me think, was Mr. Rogers ever a parent? Was he a parent? I feel like the answer is yes, but I feel like there's probably something there that he wasn't, which is why he did a lot of what he did. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to Google this. I just want to know, and I want to have someone educate me, because I know we can Google everything. I hate doing it because there's like, you don't learn anything. Do you know the answer, Jason? Was Mr. Rogers?
David says no, he is not. He was not.
He's not.
I'm going to go with, if David had not said no, I was going to err towards no, because, and I mean this in the best way possible, he was really positive, almost in a way that like a really close uncle was.
He was my father-in-law's roommate in college.
Damn.
I'm so glad I didn't Google this, since we're just going to glaze over it, because I don't think we would have gotten this information from David. That's crazy. David, was there a story from your father-in-law? Was Mr. Rogers, was he wearing the same clothes? Did he always like change his sweater and his shoes before he came in the rooms? Did he You know,
Did your
there's gotta be a
father-in-law
story
ever
in
borrow his ship sweater?
great question. I love that one.
Like, did he ever seen episodes like, hey, I wore that one. He gave that to me one day.
Are you not? Are you just messing with us? That's my other
Could very
question.
easily-
Oh man. Yeah, I like today's. You know, it's short, sweet, and simple, right? Just be in their lives. And you know, I think it helps me create like a base, like a bare minimum, you know, like sometimes I feel like I'm trying to like do too much, or I think you know, I think that we should be accomplishing more in a day, or we should have more of these like deeper heart to heart conversations. But then you know, I get reminders of like, you know, just being there, just being available for them when they need me. Um, you know, giving them my time and attention when they need it, and not just being not trying to like look for some sort of deeper connection. So I appreciate this one.
Can I ask you a
All
little
those
bit of
one
an
the puppets.
advice question? I know it's like he was part of the show. I feel like when like our parents went to college or our grandparents went to college, like the roommates became part of their life. Like I don't even know where my roommates are now. Like, and I don't want to. It sounds bad, but I'm like I don't really care. Like it sounds like Mr. Rogers started a TV show and it's like, hey, want to be one of the puppets on one of my most syndicated TV shows? It's amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mr. Rogers,
what's up, guys?
What's going on, buddy?
Hey, Blaze.
I can't go in landscape right now, but it's really good to see you guys. What's up?
you're talking Mr. Rogers. Did you know that David's father-in-law was roommates with Mr. Rogers? And then David's father-in-law also was one of the puppets on the show.
That's crazy. That's awesome. Which puppet?
Yeah. That was my next question. I can't believe he didn't already let us know.
Was it the creepy prince or the tiger?
What if he's like, my father-in-law was a train, and then he was the train? It's a dumb joke. I'm sorry.
No,
Blaze,
I like
how was
it.
your weekend?
It was pretty good. I'm trying to be less stressed out just about like, because I'm always like, where do I need to be next? Where the kids need to be next? So I'm really just trying to be present. And I went to yoga for the first time in like a month this morning. So we're trying to start strong after vacation. But the weekend was good. Not a lot of fights. Watched a lot of TV after vacation. And I'm going to try and eat all my fruits and vegetables today.
Love it.
You just do any meal prep?
No, but there's a Target right next to work. So what I'll try to do is like go grab some like protein yogurts, a bunch of berries, and a bunch of celery and carrots. And I think I should be good.
Oh,
Nice.
he's trying to flex on us with those berries. All right, Mr. Moneybags.
Who's going to pay for this fruit in this economy? All
Oh wait,
these parents.
speaking of, this was the first week I did not buy eggs because it was ridiculous. So like eggs have always been like $4.50 to like maybe $6 here. Like, and that might be a lot in certain areas, but like I was like, it doesn't matter. Like $6 was expensive and I maybe wouldn't buy them. But eggs were $8 or $10 this week. And I was like, all right, I'm out. Like it was the first time I really did not buy eggs. So
Wow.
What?
I know.
Ryan, are you going to survive?
We're between $9 and
I don't know.
$15.
I bought eggs.
$13 for 18.
Oh, okay.
Crazy.
I bought eggs and hard-boiled eggs, but I couldn't get egg whites, and I forgot to get them at the second store I went to. So we'll find them.
Got it. Yeah.
Got to eat my eggs. Ryan got me hooked on eggs. It's Ryan's fault.
It's just easy. Like you hard boil 12 eggs, you have at least 2 meals coming out of that, you know? So that's just what I need. Wait, hold on. I want to ask a question. I know Blaze is here, and I know Blaze, this is definitely something you do a lot. I think I realized I had mentioned that I was solo parenting this weekend. and how, these moments that that Lauren and I have away, I think that there's a good reminder of kind of like where we fall within, the roles as parents. I think the one thing, especially with today, the reading was something where I was like, okay, being part of the kid's life. And I had realized that I think Lauren has taken on a lot of the, planning and then the executing of these things, like with gymnastics and then theater and then more gymnastics and all this kind of stuff. So, and then eventually the role becomes, all right, I guess I'll just wait until I'm told what to do. Not because it's like I'm being lazy. It's just because like, I don't want to step on what our process is. But I realized with Lauren being away this weekend that I'm like, I don't feel as if I'm in my kid's life as much because I'm not planning as much right now for them. And so it kind of makes me want to step up a little bit more to, maybe push my own thought of like, what do they want to do? What can I definitely make sure I'm doing? But again, it's not coming from a place of I don't want to or a place of laziness. It just comes from a place of like, there's a process that we've kind of fell into. And then I'm not really as much, the leader within their life as much as I want to be. But Blaze, I know you take on a lot of that, right?
Uh-huh.
Does your wife ever kind of feel that way, do you think? Or is it something that she wants to end up taking on? I also know the dynamic that you guys have right now, but I'm just kind of curious. I'm just trying to get some sense of other people right now.
It's hard because we've been planning a lot of stuff for the kids and then having a lot of resistance with one of the kids in particular. So now we're like backtracking a little bit where it's like, fine, if you don't want to do it, don't. And these are your other options. And so now it's starting to come full circle where we've signed up for less activities. And now this individual child is like, okay, I want to do this and this. And it's like, oh, you do? You want to like sign up and like get yourself ready and go do these things? And this individual is like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And I was thinking a lot about this with the reading today, where it's like our job to understand and love our kids for who they are and where they are. And I just really want my son to play lacrosse, but he just doesn't do good with team sports right now. And so when we were on vacation, though, he really spiked an interest in rock climbing. Like you couldn't peel this. Yeah, you couldn't peel this guy off the wall. So we're going to research some climbing gyms this week. And one of the YMCAs in the area has a climbing thing. I just need to look at the schedule. But back to the Heather piece. I think it's all about like charting. I'm all about boats right now, but like charting the waters or the path that you're looking for.
Wait, you mean like sailing your own boat, or like what do you mean, like cruising?
I mean, just like a metaphorical boat.
Oh, got it.
Because we went on a cruise, yeah. So I'm thinking about boats. But I think she talks about like she's looking really forward to like when they're a little bit older, where they can get coffee and talk and get dinners and stuff like that, where it's like you take the 3 kids out to eat right now, and it's like you're lucky. When we were on vacation, the kids got ketchup on every single shirt they own, and I'm like, Ryan wouldn't like this. Ryan, this is not Ryan's trip. Oh, he left. He was so disgusted he had to leave after that comment. So, but Heather was doing skiing, so it's all about just trying to carve out the time, and I think that's where we're at.
Yeah, I feel like I want to feel fulfilled as a parent, and then, but not again, bring my own agenda in there. Like I wanted Sloan to play lacrosse so bad, and then it's just like her in team sports is not like her thing right now, and so I think it's just like taking a step back and giving space. I feel as if there's moments where I'm like giving too much space, then I'm not able to step up there. So I think bringing it up and talking about it, making sure I feel fulfilled is kind of my goal right now. Actually, my goal is this: being able to look and plan 3 weeks in advance right now. Because right now I'm like 4 days in advance. That's like the most I can do. And so I'm like, okay, how can I make my life where I can think and see 3 weeks in advance so I can start planning more to feel fulfilled? That's like my current goal at the moment.
If what would bring you on here on a Monday to say, you know what, this was like really a fulfilling weekend?
Well, this weekend I definitely felt more fulfilled because I was able to plan some things out because I was like on Friday I was like, okay, here's 4 things I'm gonna do. Don't over plan, but we're gonna do it. One was getting to the library with the girls, so we got that done. I wanted
Love
to
the
build
library.
out. They have some gymnastics equipment, so I was like, we're gonna build that. That's gonna be the other thing. I wanted the girls to look through a cookbook and pick a recipe that we were going to make together, and then maybe even get some of her friends in to kind of cook it, because I've been wanting her to do, because she's such a social girl, I wanted her to make sure that she was like doing like a family meal kind of thing for her friends in the building. That was my goal. Didn't happen. But then food shopping was the 4th one, and I was able to go food shopping with my youngest, and then we found some new foods that she likes. So I feel fulfilled that I was able to do that. And I know if Lauren wasn't here, probably some of those wouldn't have happened. So again, my gratitude today was about me having that space and that time to make sure I was doing it.
Love it.
But thanks for the question.
Yeah, that sounds.
Ryan,
I feel fulfilled.
Ryan, that might be a good, if we ever do the Dads After Dark again, that's actually a really good topic. That's actually something, that's one of the things that me and Kristen kind of had a tough time with on Friday. That's a theme that we've discussed in the past. Is like most of the planning falls on her, and it's not that I don't want to do it, it's that she just moves faster than me, and then you end up feeling like you're trying to catch a train while it's moving, and then at some point when that happens, because like, you know, I'll get caught up in like my school and like the energy and like, you know, the energy I lose from that, and it's like I don't like it like that. That's not the best way that we operate. But yeah, just trying to find and sustain the energy to jump into like that part of the planning, you know, like when I've done it, it goes really well. I think the last weekend I nailed was maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Right. And like most of the things that Kristen does is more like when I'm at school, when I don't have any brain space to do any planning. So then I get home, and then, you know, Kristen's like, oh, we got this, and this. And I'm like, okay, all right. What do we, okay. What do I do now? Do you mean to do anything? Okay. All right. I'll go make dinner. All right. You know, so it's like, no, not preferable, but, you know, I enjoy when that role is at least shared more. That might be even a good thing to have the wives on for. Is that allowed? Is this in the boys only club?
Denied. Move denied. Just kidding.
I think this. I think that it's not an if we do another one. I think that I think it'd be great if you schedule it and set it up. And I think we did 9 Eastern, 7 your time last time there. But yeah, definitely schedule it. I think we did a Monday. I'm more than happy to hop on around like 9 if you want to make it happen. But I'd love to bring that conversation up because I think it's part of my goal. I want to make sure that I am, you know, there doing more of it. So yeah, set it up.
Let's do. What are you doing tonight, Ryan?
We can do it tonight.
Let's do it tonight. Same time.
Sounds good. Make it happen. All right. I have to jump for another call though. So I'm going to go. Boys, I love you. I love you, Dom. I love you, Jason. And I love you, Blaze. I hope you have a wonderful day.
And
happy Monday, everybody.
All right, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.
Later, Gators.
See you.
See you guys. Sorry, guys.